Here's an example. We need to simplify square root of fraction x power 6 over y power 7. So square root of x power 6 over y power 7, we can separate them because we can divide them. That's x, that's y. If the bases are similar, we can divide and subtract the exponents, but if the bases are different, we can do nothing. So we are going to separate the numerator and the denominator. So it's going to be square root of x power 6 over square root of y power 7. Square root, remember this is square root, meaning it's even root, and this is even power. But the result is going to be 6 divided by 2, x power 3, odd power. So you have to include it in absolute value. On the bottom, 7 is not divisible by 2, so we are going to try to do something. So we are going to rewrite y power 7 as y power 6, because 6 is divisible by 2, times y power 1. On the top, there is nothing we can do. On the bottom, we can find the square root of y power 6 by dividing the exponent by the index, which is invisible 2, so we get y power 3. Square root of y. For this y here, you don't have to worry about absolute value, because originally that's even root, but over here it's not even power, it's odd power. That absolute value only when this is even and this is even and the result is odd, so you don't have to worry about that, because over here y has to be positive, otherwise you cannot have a square root of negative number, because negative raised to odd is going to stay negatives and then it cannot be done. So from the beginning this y has to be positive, so we don't have to worry about that and put absolute value. So now it's y power 3 times square root of y, and you don't have to worry about absolute value. But you can't leave the problem with radical on the bottom, irrational number. So you do as we just learned, to multiply it by square root of y over square root of y. So on the top is going to be absolute value of x power 3 multiplied by square root of y. On the bottom is going to be y power 3 multiplied by square root of y times another square root of y. When you multiply any square root by itself, the answer is going to be the inside number. Or if you want to do y times y squared, and then you square root the y squared, you get y, it's okay. Then y cubed times y is y power 4, and the top stays as it is, and we are done. The next problem, we want to do the fourth root of the fraction 6 over 5x. So fourth root of 6 over 5x, we can separate them, because 6 is not divisible by 5. So it's going to be fourth root of 6 over fourth root of 5x. And we can do nothing here. But we can't leave the problem with irrational number, with radical on the bottom. So we're going to have to take this fraction and multiply the numerator and denominator. You look over here on the denominator. You have to subtract. This is 5 power 1, but this is index 4, so it's going to be 5 power 4 minus 1. You need to multiply by fourth root of 5 to the third power. Same thing with the x. X is power 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, so you multiply by x power 3 here inside. On the top, we just multiply the inside. Fourth root of 6 times 5 power 3 times x power 3. On the bottom, we do the same thing. We multiply the inside. Fourth root, 5 power 1 times 5 power 3, you add the exponents, you get 5 power 4. X power 1 times x power 3, same thing, x power 4. Now on the bottom, because this 4 is divisible by 4, we can do 5 power 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Same thing with the x. On the top, you just do 5 power 3, 5 times 5, 25, times third 5 is going to be 125. 125 multiplied by 6 is going to give you 750 x power 3. And since this is x power 3, which is less than 4, then it's in its simplest form. And over here, as we can see, the factors of 5 is only 3, less than 4. 6 is only power 1, less than 4. So we are done with this problem.